Imagine walking your own land, knowing something is watching you. Something so powerful it can bypass your physical defenses, manipulate your thoughts, and slip through portals right in front of your eyes. For the scientists stationed at Skinwalker Ranch, the terrifying truth wasn't just folklore. It was happening in broad daylight. Tales from the road, told late, told quietly. The anomalies were shifting from mere property damage to direct, unsettling encounters. Not long after that bizarre trailer incident, researcher Colm Keller was out on the southern bounds of the property investigating a set of unidentifiable tracks. Out of nowhere, a heavy, suffocating wave of musk rolled over him. It wasn't the typical scent of local wildlife. He'd lived on the ranch long enough to know what the native fauna smelled like. This was entirely alien. About 50 yards away, through a thicket of Russian olives, he could see one of his colleagues moving around. But the moment Keller tried to focus, the hair on the back of his neck stood straight up. A paralyzing chill gripped him. He couldn't see anything, but the absolute, crushing certainty that something was standing right next to him, staring directly at him, became overwhelming. An hour later, when he caught up with his teammate, the blood ran cold. The other investigator reported the exact same feeling of being stalked by an invisible presence, accompanied by the identical foul musk. Even stranger, his field compass had gone haywire, spinning wildly to lock onto the epicenter of the smell, only snapping back to true north once the odor finally faded away. It was the first physical, measurable pattern of interference the team had managed to catch. By early June, the encounters took a far more psychological and terrifying turn. Keller and fellow researcher Eric Davis were running a stakeout in front of the dilapidated middle homestead after dark. Davis was glued to a pair of military-grade vision goggles, scanning the tree line across an open field, while Keller manned a camera for long exposure shots. Suddenly, the guard dogs accompanying them let out sharp yeps, scrambling backward and cowering in sheer terror behind the men's legs. Davis froze, catching his breath.
Jesus! There's something in the trees! A massive black mass!
Unable to see it through standard lenses, Keller blindly aimed his camera toward the tree line, firing shot after shot. Through the night vision, Davis watched the dark silhouette shift and move northward. But what happened next went beyond physical sight. Davis began muttering under his breath, caught in a wave of acute internal panic. He looked completely shattered, later confessing to Keller that the entity hadn't just been standing there. It had infiltrated his mind, broadcasting a direct, chilling message straight into his thoughts.
We are watching you.
By the time they walked back to the trailer, Davis was visibly shaken. The ranch wasn't just playing tricks with their eyes anymore. It was launching direct, psychological attacks. The most harrowing event of the summer came on an August night at roughly 3:30 a.m. Two investigators, Mike and Jim, were positioned high up on the ridge, looking down over the notorious Middle Homestead. Mike was sweeping the lower pasture with infrared binoculars, while Jim managed the portable sensor equipment. Through the specialized optics, Mike spotted a glowing orb hovering above 3 feet of the ground. blinding bright to him, though Jim, looking with the naked eye, could only make out a dull, hazy smudge. As Mike watched, the light began to rapidly expand, but it wasn't swelling like a fireball.
It's not a light.
Mike muttered, his voice dropping.
It's a tunnel. I can see right through to the other side.
Before Jim could comprehend what his partner was seeing, Mike became entirely locked in place, transfixed. Out of the glowing aperture, crawling awkwardly on its elbows and knees, emerged a massive, featureless black entity. Before they could react, the creature dragged itself completely out of the gateway and bolted up the steep side of the ridge. It was moving with an impossible, inhuman velocity. The loose shale crunched violently under its weight as it blew past them, just 30 feet away, before melting seamlessly into the absolute darkness of night. Instantly, the entire area fell into an unnaturally dead, heavy silence, broken only by the lingering, sickening stench of thick musk hanging in the air.